Perfect. Are we ready to go? Is Geoff on? Amazing, amazing. So I'm going to hand straight over to Paula, who's going to introduce our first speaker of the morning.
Thank you, Sara, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning success meeting. You're going to absolutely love it. And I have got the pleasure of introducing Geoffrey Montagu-Smith. Now, Geoffrey is a registered osteopath and is the founder of the Atman Clinic in Tunbridge Wells in Kent. He also sees patients from his London practice in the city. He practices integrated osteopathic medicine, combining many different complementary medical methods and naturopathic principles. I'm getting all the long words out of the way here. He teaches internationally and is often invited to speak at international conferences. He has a special interest in bioenergetic medicine and the body-mind-spirit connection. Geoffrey recommends Juice Plus to all of his patients as one of the foundational pillars of health. So Geoffrey is now going to talk to us about the product, Juice Plus, and the products for the 21st century. So welcome, Geoffrey.
Thanks, Paula. Great introduction. Great to see so many people on the call. What a brilliant idea. I'm very, very honoured to be invited to share some of my ideas about the products. Lots and lots of familiar faces on here. So hello, everyone. You all know how passionate I am about the products. What I wanted to do was just give you a little bit of an overview. We've got maybe 15 minutes to just hit some key points as to why I see these products as absolutely essential for our health and our well-being going forwards into the 21st century. It's a difficult place to be. We've got lots of challenges, and we meet those challenges with what our company can offer people. And we are sort of, you could say, innovation disruptors. That's what we do as a company. We've done that from the very, very beginning with our 50-year history, from smoke detection to keep people safe, from the water and the air filters that we had, which really created a new market. You know, everyone was drinking their tap water until they realized that they didn't have to. They were buying bottled water, and we showed them a better way. And I'm going to suggest that our products right now are continuing that trend. What I'd like to do, I just want to make sure I can share my screen. Can you let me know, does that work if we do that? Yeah, okay, cool. Let's just go to full screen mode. Does that work?
Yes.
Everyone's seeing that okay? Yeah, good.
Yep.
Okay. So let's have a little look. So yeah, 50 years old. We've got our 50th anniversary. That happened last year, founded in 1970. We've done upwards of $13 billion in sales. And the majority of those sales have come from products that you know, are nutritional, they enhance people's well-being. And as a practitioner of natural medicine, this is why I got very, very excited when I saw what the company were doing and how they were doing what they were doing. We're a global company with many, many markets open, and it makes it very, very easy to have the conversation. So our core values are really, I think, so important. I mean, nowadays people are looking at companies and they're saying, look, you know, they can have a good product concept, but what really sits behind the people, you know, that are bringing this to us? And you can see here our values are, you know, about the longer term vision, high quality. We want to make sure that what we offer is simple and effective. We're building communities of like-minded people, and we stay authentic in our message. I mean, there's no shim sham here. It's all absolutely evidence-based, as you'll see. And, you know, in our DNA is to make sure that when we're real with people, they sense that reality and it gets them excited to join. And, you know, it's an approachable process. It's something that people find, when they really understand it, they find it easy to say yes to. So that's why we're excited. Juice Plus today is, you know, a really, really stable company with a strong brand presence. You'll see why as you go through the morning's training. For me, it's really important that we're committed to the science that validates what we do. And the mission that we have is to inspire healthy living around the world. We're looking to educate people. We're customer centric. We want to make sure that the people that we're speaking to are getting the benefits of the educational process that we can offer them. And all of that is delivered to us with a corporate team that have that clear shared vision with us, and they are expert in what they do, and it's a worldwide operation and growing bigger and bigger with every single year. What makes Juice Plus products unique? Now, for me, the hero products are the encapsulated whole food nutritional benefits that come from our Juice Plus range. You know, the fruits, the vegetables, and the berries. They're, you know, absolutely, you know, aligned with the natural concept. It's not artificial. It's not produced in a lab. It's our God-given blend of nutritional support made easy. So you take the juicing concept and you make it better. You take that living ingredient, you take those plants that have been grown fully ripe, you look at those light frequencies that are in these plants. When a tomato goes from green to red to lush red, and then it's harvested, and then the cellulose bulk is removed, and then what's left in its juice form is dried carefully to preserve all of the integrity of that nutrition. You have the light frequencies that come from the sun in that dried powder. So Juice Plus is condensed light, and I believe we are beings of light, and that's what the body is looking for, which is why artificial supplements don't cut it. You know, they don't get the job done. You know, citric acid, vitamin C is grown from a black mold. Now, if you want to get a lab produced byproduct from a black mold, aspergillus, then fill your boots, but much better to have real living. Look at that picture, it says it all. So what we do with our products is we bridge the gap between what we should eat every day, 7 to 13 servings with all the different colors. It's very, very difficult. What we're doing is we're bridging that gap with our products. We're offering an encapsulated whole food supplement, the best of whole food nutrition, scientifically validated with over 40 published studies, all evidence-based and tested and approved for cleanliness. We have no residues of metals, molds, herbicides, pesticides in our finished product. Absolutely fantastic concept. And of course, it's absolutely fine for athletes from the from the perspective of doping. You know, it's compliant because it's real food. I'll just touch on this very quickly. The Healthy Starts for Families program, if you're not aware of it, offers the opportunity for an adult taking Juice Plus to offer Juice Plus to a child between 4 years of age and 21 years of age, absolutely for free for up to 4 years. A lot of the parents that come through our clinic love this. They take Juice Plus and they can have the family on the product for free. So look at that in a bit more detail on the website. Some amazing results coming out of that study, makes a real impact on child health. And right now we do need to educate from the children upwards. We need to educate them about healthy living. So we're making a very, very good inroad with that program. So the Juice Plus product range, we have a fruit blend, a vegetable blend, a berry blend, and recently in the last 3 years we added the omega blend. The Juice Plus Premium, which is this tri-pack here, offers us 30 different fruits and vegetables. As I said, it's whole food. There's no warning label on there that says if breastfeeding or pregnant, consult your doctor. It's safe because it's food. We've got, you know, it's a vegan, it's suitable for vegans because it's in a veggie cap. It's gluten-free. So, you know, if you're looking for a plant-based concept to bridge the gap to support your health, you know, GMO-free, this is an absolutely essential foundation to your health, as I've said before. And if you add the omegas, you know, where we have, again, 100% vegan plant-based omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. I mean, think about that for a minute. Most other products don't offer the whole spread of those natural omegas. Google omega 5 and 7, and you'll find out there's some very interesting research about those particular omegas and what they can do in the body. And what we've done is we've managed to take algae and we've managed to take certain seeds and in a very gentle process extract the oils, those omegas, and put them into a sealed capsule which doesn't oxidize. So we have an absolutely amazing product on offer for you there, you know, with those 4 together. So, you know, I get very excited when I talk about the products because I really understand the benefit that comes from them. I'm just going to touch on the complete range. We have the micronutrition from the Juice Plus capsules. This is macronutrition. It's gluten-free, it's vegetarian, you know, the whole product range is there. If you're eating on the run and you want to sort of have an option between a garage sandwich and maybe a drink and a bag of crisps, this is good, wholesome nutrition on the run. It's also very, very good for careful weight loss programs where we're not going to metabolically damage anybody by starving them. We have a shred program, which is absolutely awesome. So these products fit very nicely alongside our capsules from the macronutrition perspective. And then we have Uplift. Just want to touch on this. This is a calling card for more energy. Sorry, I just jumped ahead there. Let me go back if we can just head back. There we go. Sorry about that. This is lots of people are running around very, very low energy right now. They're feeling that they need to constantly reach for the coffee, or they're going for an unnatural alternative like a Red Bull or a Monster drink. What the Juice Plus company did was they said, look, we recognize a need because people are getting those signs of exhaustion. Let's put a product together which is plant-based, full of B vitamins. We've got a very natural supply of caffeine from yerba mate. We've got, the essential nutrients that come from mango, guava, lemon extracts and extracts. We've got a very, very good offering here. You just open up the little, it's a tube now, you open it up, you put it in the water, shake it up and drink it, and it will give you sustained energy. Now, what we find is people that take this product really feel the difference. And then they think, my God, this product works. And then we can talk to them about the other products, which also work. So it's a very, very good calling card to give someone a little sample, open up the conversation once they've seen what the product will do, and then they can really start to sort of learn more about the wider offering. Adrenal fatigue is, literally rife. Lots of people with that problem. It comes from a deeper source very often. If we show them they can feel better with Uplift, and then we can move them across into better nutrition and supporting themselves with the capsules, you can really develop a relationship that will give you a customer for life, and maybe even someone that would want to start to educate others about what they learn to do. So it's a very, very good product. Now I'm just going to show you the next really exciting thing. We've got Tower Garden coming. I couldn't talk to you about our innovative products without mentioning Tower Garden. You need to understand that the company is saying, if you're not getting enough of the right sort of nutrition, if you're not able to buy it from the shops easily, why not grow it at home? We've got a system here where you can plant your own seeds, grow in rock wool without soil, 10% less water, 90% less water, so it's 10% of the usual water, 30% higher yields. It grows so fast. I've got 2 Tower Gardens, absolutely amazing concept, really lovely to look at when it all starts growing and the lights are on. This is really exciting, and it's going to give us a whole new conversation to have with people about how they can stay healthy. So look, just to summarize now, I hope that's been helpful to give you a little bit of insight and some of the excitement that I feel for what we're doing. We've got a huge sector of the wellness economy globally. It's massive, 4.2 trillion in 2017. It's probably, a third of that again by now, okay? Everyone is interested, particularly in these times, in what they can do to stay healthy. People understand comorbidity now better than ever, and you all know why. And comorbidity is something that can be directly challenged and positively influenced by what we do as a company. So I would say if there's any kind of, if there's any inclination within you to start to share this message with others, learn more about what we're doing, join us, and start sharing the really exciting message that we have from the standpoint of the products that we offer.
Thank you.
I hope that was all right, guys.
That was amazing, Jeffrey. Absolutely amazing.
I ran a little bit over. Sorry about that, but listen, I get really excited when I get talking about the products. So.
Look at yours. Do you have another speaker? Do you have anyone to talk?
Yeah, Gemma is one of our leaders in the team. I think, yeah, I can see Gemma. She's just unmuted. So I think Gemma's keen to share her story. So I'm going to mute now and let her tell her story.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gemma.
Hi everyone, my name's Gemma and I was first shown these products 5 years ago by my school friend Chloe Myers, and at the time I just found out I got a place in the London Marathon, so I was really conscious that I didn't want to get ill, and immediately the products made sense to me, and it was serendipity, because at that exact moment in my life, I was looking for a plan B, because I was worried that I was going to get made redundant, because I'd been working for a hedge fund for 13 years and every single investor was taking their money out. So yeah, I needed a plan B. So when I got shown these products and this business, I literally said yes straight away, which I know isn't what most people do. So yeah, now when I go running, and I run all the time, I used to go for a long run and I would just flop on the sofa afterwards. I was pretty useless for the rest of the day. Whereas now I just got constant energy. I run whenever I like. I never have to cancel a run due to illness. My family are all benefiting from the Healthy Starts for Families. My boys, they used to get ill. They used to get chest infections and all sorts. None of that anymore. They don't ever visit the doctor. So I live and breathe these products now. I mean, we've got a tower garden. I have the shakes every day. We do the cleanses. I cannot imagine life without Juice Plus, you know. So and I've now got a team. I've got a built-up team that's growing by the day. I just had 6 or 7 people join my team last month. So I've absolutely loved working with Geoff as well. Geoff's been amazing, and Chloe, and he's always believed in me, because I stood up in one of our meetings that we had like at the beginning and just said, I don't care what people think of me, I'm just going to do this. So yeah, so it's a great opportunity to be able to speak and share my story. So thank you. Over to you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't know whether Paula was going to come up.
We can't hear you, Sara.
Oh, sorry, I was still on mute. Thank you very much, Gemma, for sharing your story. And thank you, Geoff, that was absolutely amazing. So we are going to go over to Shanton now. Shanton is a senior sales coordinator in the business, and he's been with Juice Plus for 5 years. He does this alongside his full-time job managing a European call centre. He's had 2 promotions in 9 months, and his business has grown by 1,100%, which is absolutely epic. So Shanton's going to be talking to us about attracting and turning customers into powerful partners. That was a mouthful.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for that amazing intro. Hope you're all well. Thank you, Geoff. That was amazing. I love the uplift bit. I would like to say I've had an uplift this morning, but this is just me first thing in the morning. Let's go and let's go get them. So perfect. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about turning your customers into amazing reps, and it starts with you and what you're doing, and having the energy to go out and ask them to join you. And that's one of the biggest problems that people have. I found in the time that I've been doing is that people are happy to ask about, would you like the products, but not necessarily about the business. There's a little bit of concern about doing that, because people automatically think, oh, there's a Juice Plus rep coming, quick, run the other way. And it's not that at all. If they're happy to buy from you, what you really want to do is turn them into stark, raving, mad, bonkers people like me, who get on it and just sell the products and help people. And the help people is the big part of it. That's the bit that you really want to hold on to. Because as Geoff said earlier on, these products are outstanding. When I started my product journey, it was to prove that they didn't work. 2.5 stone later, gone, never to be seen again. I'm fit, I'm healthy. I don't feel 40, although I did leg day yesterday and maybe I feel 50 today, but they are perfect for everybody. There is no age group that cannot take these products. And there is no age group of people that cannot be a rep for this business. There is no discrimination with regards to this business. Big, little, tall, fat, thin, you know, any age, race, religion can do this business. All you need is your smartphone, okay, and definitely a will to work. So one of the things that we started doing is when we were talking to our customers, as soon as they said that they wanted to buy shakes, premium capsules and boosters, we would offer them the business. And the reason that we did this is because those 3 products bought as a bundle or a package are worth 456 points. So it makes sense. Offer them the business because they're already potentially going to be halfway to promotion on their own order. And guess what? They're going to get that commission back on the 10th of each month. So straight away, you have a really good opportunity to talk to them about the business. Now, I don't want to confuse everybody by saying, talk to them about the business for every single product that they buy. But if you can see that they're going to buy a decent sized bundle, talk to them about it at that point because they're going to get that commission back. The second part of that point is, if they're buying those 3 products, guess what 3 products they're going to be talking to their family and friends about? Exactly, the same ones. So then all of a sudden, they go and get one person to buy exactly the same package as them. They've hit their promotion. They've got a customer who's bought 3 products. They can offer the same incentive to them to join the business. And you've got 2 new team members with, I'm not going to say minimal effort because it's not minimal effort if anyone that's in this business knows it, but it's an easier way to get people into the business because you're offering it to them with the commissions back. So it's almost like a cashback scheme. You know, you sign up, you buy your products, and yet on the 10th of next month, you're going to get a minimum of £160 back if you get somebody else to buy the same package as you. Simple. And that's where I started, and that's where we started. It took us a little while to get to that point, but it's a perfect opportunity for you to introduce the business. What I then do, if they buy single products, soon as they have completed the cart, I've added them to the customer support groups, I will automatically offer them the business. Not to say, I want you to sign up with me here and now and right this moment, but plant that seed. You know, make them aware that it's not just the products you can supply them with, you can join the business. I have a potentials group, which I can add them to. And when I make a sale, I always add them to them. I'll tag them in a couple of videos. And I'll also give them my business story, because my business story, if anyone's heard it, is definitely ups and downs. And anybody that's in this business, that's been in this business for any period of time, has ups and downs. That's just the way every business is. Okay, so don't be afraid to share that with them. And again, they've bought from you, so why would they not listen to your business story? One of the other things that we did is we asked our team members to do their own business stories. But what we also did is we added in what they do or what they did as their full-time or part-time job before doing Juice Plus. And the reason being, if you've got a hairdresser that you're talking to, you would automatically then give them that business story of another hairdresser. They have intertwining relationship. They know what it's like. So there's no point giving them a stay-at-home mum to listen to their story. Well, then you can do. I'm not saying don't, but give them something that they can relate to. And that's really, really important. Okay. So that's what we do right at the start, but we don't apply pressure at that point. It's not come and join me, come and join me, come and join me at that point. That's just to set the scene. Once they've, and then we go on to once they've started the plan. Now, what I do for the first Monday of every single month, I offer every single customer that bought from me the month before the opportunity call on a Monday night. Because they will have used the products at some point. They will have either started the detox or they're using the product. So I automatically offer them the business at that point on the opportunity call. So they're not hearing it from me. They're going to hear it in real time. And it just makes life a little bit easier for you then, because you know on the first Monday of the month, you already got a task to do to try and get some new customers, some new reps on board. And then you just follow up with them. And again, no pressure. Hey, what did you think? What was the best bits of it? What do you think of the business? What questions do you, and always ask questions, what, why, where, when, they must start with those words. And the reason being is because they are not yes or no questions. They have to give, either they ignore you, which I would hope they wouldn't because you're new customers to you, or they give you an answer which is not yes or no. And then you can open that dialogue with them to turn them into reps. What we also do is we have a WhatsApp group for all of our customers. If you haven't used WhatsApp groups, this will change your life, because all you do is every customer that you get, you can add them to your WhatsApp group. You can send out a recipe, you can send out a refer a friend scheme, which I'll come on to. You can talk to them about the products, if you've got any special offers on, and that one message will go to all of them. But if they ever respond to you, it's a private response. Okay, so we do that, and it's a lot easier than sitting there and messaging 20 customers on Messenger one by one. Plus, you probably get blocked on Messenger because they have restrictions on it. But it's a lot easier. So what we also do is we offer a refer a friend scheme. So if you refer someone to me, we can give you a small token of our affection. Yes, it is a broadcast list. Sorry, a WhatsApp group, a broadcast list. It is. Apologies. Yeah, that is a broadcast list. And thanks for that question. So we offer them a refer a friend scheme, and that could be a £10 voucher for a shop of their choice. Now, things are going on in the world which are uncontrollable, and lots of people don't have endless pots of money. So offering something as simple as a £10 voucher could be the difference also between someone putting food on the table or not, because it can be a Morrison's voucher, Tesco's, All for One, Curry, whatever it might be, that speak to them. But if they then start referring friends, all of a sudden, hang on, you're doing the business. Why aren't you joining me? If you've already referred 5 people to me, you could literally have signed up, potentially have hit your first promotion, earned your £80 bonus, and all your commission. So it's another way, it's a subtle way of inviting them to A, give you more business, but B, entice them into the business themselves. If they're posting in the support groups that you're in and they're active in the support groups, guess what? They're doing the business anyway. They're just doing it privately. Do it publicly, get your family and friends interested in it, and then join and you know, make the commission yourself. It's important that you ask the question. Believe it or not, I work in sales. You can probably tell because I talk a lot. But 80% of sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact. Just think about that. 80% of sales are made between the 5th and the 12th contact. So this applies not just to turning your customers into reps, also applies turning customers into customers. You know, if you're only messaging them 4 times, you're potentially losing 80% of your sales. So keep going back to them, keep offering them the business. Don't pressurize them. There's nothing worse than feeling pressurized, but show an interest in them, talk to them, find out how they're getting on with the plan, because that will determine what they want to do. Now, lots of people will come back to you and say, I have issues with time. You know, time is an objection. Ask them how much time they think it's going to take them to earn an amount which they'd be happy with. If you can understand that, you can then build your case to have a conversation. If you just go in and just say, oh, it's not going to take that long, it'll take a couple of hours a day. Well, what if they don't have a couple of hours a day? Because not everybody fits the same mold as you or the rest of your team. So find out from them. You know, ask them how much time they think it will take to earn that money. People will say to you, I'm no good at selling. That's great, because we don't sell. We share real life products, real life stories. That's how you found me. You didn't find me because I came knocking on your door trying to sell you out of the back of a car boot. You know, you found me because you saw real life products and stories being shared. If you feel brave enough, now this is a if you do, ask them if they felt like you sold to them when they bought from you. And if they say no, you know, that's all you're going to be doing. That genuinely is all you're going to be doing. Show them love. Once you've signed them up, show them love. This business turns the whole pyramid scheme on its head. It should also turn it on its head when you are looking after your new reps. They are the masters, you are the servants. You are there to serve them in respect. You have to teach them how to do this job. This business is about duplication. You get them to be successful, you get taken care of. Okay, so just remember that it's not, I need to be successful myself and lead by the front. No, show them how to be successful, because you will automatically get them taken care of in that scenario. If you bring in 5 people and 5 people all get to Partner Plus in the same month, guess what? Without doing anything yourself other than teaching them, you've been more successful. Whereas if you turn it on its head and you are, right, I need to get my 10 sales and I'm just going to let them go along. Well, that's great. You've made 10 sales yourself, but the 50 that the other 5 people might have done, they've probably left and gone somewhere else. So they're the masters in this instance. And then really the last thing that I do with all of our new starters, not just our customers when they start, is I talk to them. What do they want out of this business? How much do they want to earn? What amount of time can they put into this business daily? Why did you decide to join now? You need to adjust your expectations to what they want to achieve rather than them come up to your level. Just because you want to earn £10,000 a month doesn't mean that they do. They might just need £100 or £200. So you align your expectations with them. And then when they don't put as much time into it as what you do on a daily basis, you're not disappointed. Okay, you've then worked with them to get them to where they want to be, rather than trying to drag them kicking and screaming to where you want to be. If you've got kids, that never works. You can't drag any kids kicking and screaming. It just doesn't work, and you all get stressed. So think about it that way. Align yourself with their expectations so you know, and then from there, you will have an easier working relationship. Hope that helps. I know I've rambled and I've spoke really, really fast, so apologies. I'm pretty sure James is recording it. So I hope it helps. So thank you very much for your time on this lovely Saturday morning.
Thank you, Shanton. Absolutely amazing. I've literally been sat here scribbling away loads of top tips. Did you have someone from your team who wanted to share their story? I didn't, unfortunately. They are all busy doing all their one-to-ones this morning, so they're actually doing what I've taught them. And I was like, oh, can you get... But I didn't want to tear them away because, unfortunately, I didn't want to ruin their script. So no worries at all. Well, thank you very much. And I hand over to Paula, who's going to introduce our next speaker.
Thanks, Sara, and thank you so much, Shanton. And that broadcast list is something that's been on my daily list for the last couple of, probably the last month. I really need to get on with that.
Game changer.
Yeah, I know. Everyone says the same thing, so I'll definitely do that today. So thanks so much. So now I've got the pleasure of introducing our lovely Julia Norton. And Julia is going to be talking about recruiting your dream team and getting them off to a flying start. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Julia in her words. So I've been self-employed in the fitness industry for 21 years. And before that, I was in corporate. I have 5 children and I started my business 7 years ago. I reached NMD in July 2020, having built a global business in 12 countries around the world. So Julia, we're really looking forward to hearing all about this. Are you there?
Hello, I am, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak. I am so privileged to be here. And I just want to say 100% every single thing that Shanton said is exactly what I do. And that's, this business is duplication. We've never met each other, never seen each other. And every single thing he said, I do. So that is just brilliant. So finding your dream team. Who tells themselves they have trouble recruiting? Like nearly everybody, like, oh, I have trouble recruiting. Like, you don't have trouble recruiting unless you tell yourself you do. Okay, so what you need to do first of all is think about finding your tribe. But when you're talking to your tribe, everything is so much easier. So who are you? Like, who is your tribe? Can you work out who your tribe is? So what I did, I just like drew a circle with me in the middle of it, and I thought, who am I? Like my introduction, fitness instructor, mom of 5, like to go out, even though we can't at the moment, but that is my personality. I've got a cat, just all things about your personality, and work out who your tribe is. Now, one of that is I'm self-employed, right? So even though my tribe, for me, mainly is burnt out fitness instructors that haven't had a pay rise in 20 years, because we haven't, right? Even before the pandemic, I was shouting all the time, what's your plan B? What's your plan B? What if you break your ankle? What if you trip over? What if? So even with the pandemic, now our business has gone, mainly fitness is gone online, and we're competing against people that are doing things for free. Yeah, so the industry is never going to be the same again. So part of that finding my tribe is self-employed. So during the pandemic, I realized that I could reach out to people in the beauty industry, entertainment industry, everybody that's been affected that's self-employed. That is still part of my tribe. When you're having conversations with your tribe, it's so natural and so easy. If they're not your tribe, it's like, oh God, what should I say? What should I say next? I can just have so many flowing conversations. So first of all, I would say work out who your tribe are, because it's just going to be so natural to speak to them. So for me, I can easily message someone, a fitness instructor, say, hi, how's the lockdown treating you? How's your classes going? Isn't it absolutely exhausting teaching online? Oh my God. And because it really is, because you have to put double the effort in, like for half the money, and look really happy, and it's absolutely soul destroying. And they'll come back and we just have a normal conversation, like, oh yeah, it's really exhausting, and bloody Joe Wicks competing against him, like, who's doing it for free and stuff like that. So you can have a really normal conversation, and then it can be like, well, what are you doing for income? What, you know, is teaching your full-time job, or have you got another job, you know, you're furloughed, or what's happening? So it's very easy to have these normal conversations and just say, look, I've got an opportunity. Like, I've been doing this for 7 years now. And honestly, if I didn't have this business now, I would be on my ass, right? I don't want to live off my husband. I don't want to. Like, I've always had my own money. I've taught my 3 daughters to have their own money. I want to be independent still, and he knows that, and he respects me for that, and he probably married me for that as well. So I don't know what I would do. I'm just so grateful. So I can talk to from a place of gratitude as well about what the business has done for me. So once you recruit, I do everything what Shanton says, everything. So let's just a little recruiting tip. Let's say you don't know someone, you just met them on Instagram, they're a fitness instructor, you like their profile, they might be a Pilates teacher, I teach Pilates. I would have a little conversation. I wouldn't make best friends with them, you don't need to. I'd have a little conversation. How's your classes going, like I just said. And then I have a script. A lot of people don't like scripts, but I've made it nice and friendly. And is everybody using text replacement? Right, my script is called CH. I just type in CH and enter. And it just says something like, I pay a compliment. Hi, this is after having a little bit of a conversation and getting to know each other, a little bit of a relationship. And it says something like, hi, I absolutely love the content you're putting out on your Instagram. I think you'd be amazing at what I do. Are you interested in a second income stream online? It's really simple. It doesn't take up much time. No problem if not, I just thought I'd ask. Like, it's something along those lines. And I don't get told to F off or anything like that. It's a really nice message, and people actually go, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks. So the other day I sent out 50 messages. I did my little, on Monday, I thought, right, I'm going to send 50 on Instagram. I've had a conversation with these people. It's not cold messaging. I would never cold message, right? It's a little conversation. And I got machine gun fire no's. No. But I got 3 yeses. Right? I got 3 yeses. And someone actually said to me, oh my God, I've been looking for something like this. Tell me more. Now, if I hadn't have reached out, this girl would still be looking for something. She actually signed up to my business yesterday. She hasn't even got Facebook. This is Instagram. I took her over to WhatsApp. We changed numbers. We had a voice note in all day. We got to know each other, and she joined the business yesterday. So that's one way of finding your team, along with what Shanton said, but getting them off to a flying start. What do you do? So I have a group, and it has 7 simple steps in the group. And I'm usually the top recruiter in my business. And I want that to duplicate down, obviously, and I want to make it simple for the team. Some people don't duplicate. Some people don't recruit because they're scared. They don't know how to get people off the ground. Like, oh, I don't want to get a new team member because I'm not sure what to do. If you've got a group and you just say to your team, look, just add them into the group, get them to do the 7 steps. Once they've done the 7 steps, they get a phone call with you or a 3-way call with me, and then we add them into the main training group. So I'll just tell you the little 7 steps, and this has worked so brilliantly. So number 1, on the 7 steps is they order their own products. Now, some of them are customers already and they're already on the products. We just transfer that underneath them. That first step, I've recorded a video of how you order premium capsules and a child health study or healthy starts for families. And every single one of my new team members in January ordered the premium capsules. I didn't assume they couldn't afford them. It was just par for the course. This is what you're doing. Basically, this is step number 1. Step number 2 is to download Zoom, because all our team training is done on Zoom, and they need to know the importance of sort of getting the training. There's power hours every single day. There's one 6 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 9 o'clock at night. There's power hour every single day to tap into. Number 3, spruce up your Facebook and your social media. Like, no one's going to talk to you if your profile picture is of your cat or your dog, right? People want to see you, and your cover photo should be something about you and your personality. Like, I think mine at the moment is my children. Number 4 is watch the company video. So what I've done, I've downloaded the company video and I've uploaded it through an app called Friendly. If you haven't got that app called Friendly, it's amazing. It makes videos originally yours. So I've added that into the group, how to get to Partner Plus, 825 points, really simple. And like Shanton said, if they're on a package, they're halfway there already. Then know your groups. I've got a list of groups. You know, when you first join and you're added to all these groups, you're like, oh my God, you're so overwhelmed. I've just got a list of groups. Opportunity group. I've got my own opportunity group. We've got a financial freedom group. We've got the testimonials group. Just know your groups. And then when you're ready, add yourself to them. Don't be overwhelmed with that. Also, announce that you started your business. So we've got a sample script of announcing that you've started your health journey and that you want support from your family and friends. And that is quite a big step, you know, to get people out there. And then to watch some company videos. Again, I've downloaded some company videos on the products and business, just some general basic stuff, and I've uploaded it into that group. Once my new team have completed those 7 steps, I will then have a phone call with them. This is a way of finding your diamonds so early, right? If people are not doing those steps, you're not going to work with them, right? You haven't got time. You haven't got time to push people and drag people along. You want people to run with. Like, if you're a runner, you want people to run with you, and it just saves so much time. After that, we just do a simple DMO, like daily method of operation. I hate that saying, but we just do a very simple DMO, because you don't want to do the 7 steps, have the phone call, and then like, you don't want them to think like, well, what do I do now? What do I do now? So we have a little simple DMO that fits in with their lifestyle. I send them a sample of mine. It might not fit in with them. They're going to have to jig it around a little bit so it fits in with them. I'm going to look at the chat after and I will get back to everybody. So I also have a grid of who I've been speaking to. So if you can see behind me, as you can see, I have this grid here. During the pandemic, I actually got organised. I've been in the business for 7 years. I've just got organised about a year ago. I bought a tripod. I bought a ring light. I bought a flip chart. I got organised. All these names in pink here, who I've talked to about products, all the ones in green, who I talked to about the business. And this is, I've just finished my 100 days actually. And there's 18 new frontline. So the system works. And when you've got a lot of frontline, you don't want to feel like you're herding cats. Like, you need to know that they've got a simple system to follow. Otherwise you're like, oh, what does she do? What she do? What that? And it's just a brilliant system that's been working. So I've got my own preview group that I add people to when I'm trying to recruit. I use text replacement. Don't post and pray. Like, really don't. Just keep it everything simple. Yeah, a DMO is like a list of daily tasks, but you need non-negotiables. And that I say to my team, look, don't be overwhelmed by your DMO, but what are your non-negotiables? There's a little system that you might know about, and it's called the 3-5-5-3 system. It's really, really simple. So minimum what you're going to do is put out 3 pieces of content. So a product post, a business post, and it might be a live. That's 3. 5, make 5 new connections and initiate conversations with them. This is like non-negotiable. Everyone can do this. They can do it sat on the toilet, right? It doesn't matter if you've got 4 children, 1 child. Everyone's got 24 hours in the day to switch the TV off. 5 invites to the business or add into the testimonials group. So that's 5 invites. 5 follow-ups. Like, what is the point of doing all this if you're not going to follow people up? Like, that's where the fortune is. Everybody knows that. 3 tags to an opportunity video or a 3-way chat. I'm always available for 3-way chats with my team. So that's a really simple DMO. It's 3, 5, 5, 3. And that is the minimum what I get my team to do. Now, I'm not sure what time we're on, but I want you to say you need to talk with conviction. 100% we believe in the products, but you have to 100% believe in the business. Even if you're only earning £100 a month right now, it's £100 a month more than what you was earning, right? Now, I can 100% believe in the business because I've been in it for 7 years. I've helped hundreds of women. And who are we not to offer the business to people? If I'd not been pleasantly persistent, like my upline Sue, and I think she's on the call, was always pleasantly persistent with me. And Shanton said it about sales. Like, don't give up after 4 conversations. Don't think, oh God, I can't go back to them, I'm pestering them. No, you're not, you're helping them. If Sue hadn't come back to me over and over again, I wouldn't have signed up. And I'm always pleasantly persistent with people because that's what I've been taught. Now, if I wasn't pleasantly persistent with Susie, who I'm about to bring on, Susie had to close her salon during the pandemic. She's managed to replace her income. I actually think she's earned more than what she was paying herself when she was furloughed. What if I didn't offer it to her? What if I wasn't pleasantly persistent? What would Susie be doing now? What would I be doing now if Sue wasn't pleasantly persistent with me? Right? You have to go out and talk to people and offer to people. And it is our job to do that.
Julia, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And I love the 7 steps process that you go through. I've been doing that as well. It works really well. So did you say you have a special guest to come on?
Yes, and I hope she's free. Now, Susie has only been in the business. She's very modest, and I know she won't say this, so I'm going to say it for her. She's only been in the business since June. She joined because I was consistent talking about the products and how knackered I was, and Susie wanted the products. And then I did a live about an opportunity call, exactly like Shanton said again. And I got Susie on the opportunity call, and she's smashed all the promotions. QSSC, she's reconfirmed QSSC. She's on a 3rd month of QSSC right now. She's only been in the business for 6 months, and she's 100% teachable. And that's what I'd say to everybody. Please stay teachable. Like, don't try and reinvent the wheel because the system works. And so, Susie, if you're there, I'd absolutely love you to come on and share your journey with everybody and what the business has done for you.
Hi, yes, I'm here. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for that, Julia. Just been taking some tips myself. Obviously, I've been taught by the best, so I'm very lucky. But yeah, so my story started in June last year. That's when I joined the business. That's when I officially, obviously, joined the business. But pre-joining, I was a salon owner, a beauty salon owner. I had the business for 3.5 years. It was my absolute world. I opened that business when my little boy was 9 months old, ploughed thousands of pounds into it. And I actually opened it hoping that it would give me time freedom, which is something we talk about a lot in this business. But it did the complete opposite. I loved my job and I do still love beauty, but what it did was it actually took away a lot of time freedom for me. So I was working every hour that God sent. I was working late. I was missing putting my little boy to bed. I was working weekends. And when I was off, I was too tired to enjoy it or do anything. So it actually had the reverse effect. But because I put so much money into it and it was my heart and soul, it was like my second baby, I was working. I was completely overworked and completely underpaid. I was paying myself a very, very minimum amount for working all these hours. I was very stressed. I was physically ill. I was mentally drained. I was not in a good place. Lockdown came around and I was forced to take a break like everybody else. I was forced to stop and I really enjoyed it. I wasn't that fussed about going back to work. I started to realise after the initial shock, I was enjoying being at home with my little boy, spending time with him. I started to get into my health and fitness, which was something that I always said I never had time to do and I never had the energy to do. So I'd been friends with Julia for quite a while. I knew what she did. I had inquired about products before. I think you had maybe mentioned the business before, but my excuse was always I'm too busy. Didn't have that excuse in June when she messaged me and just said, look, you're already doing the business. You're really into your health and fitness. Obviously, I know you're in beauty and you're not working at the moment. So I decided to just give it a go. I didn't have anything to lose. So I threw myself into it. And as Julia said, well, in 48 hours, I hit Partner Plus. Within 12 days, I got Senior Partner. I hit my SC. I got to QSSC after 4 months, which I'm hopefully going to retain my 3rd month of this month. Well, I am, should I say. And it's just completely turned my world around. Unfortunately, I closed my salon in October last year. The beauty industry is just too up and down. I cannot depend on it. This business ticks far too many boxes for me. It means I get to be at home. It means I get to be mum. It's completely changed my goal set. And what I want to do. I have set up a little beauty room from home, but as we know, beauty is just completely, it's redundant to me at the moment. I can't depend on that as a career. So with this, I have the security of this income coming through, and I have actually now matched exactly what I would have been paying myself from working full-time in beauty, for doing the late nights, doing the weekends, feeling stressed. But I'm now earning that from home by working between 30 minutes up to 2 hours max a day. I like to throw myself into it because I am at home and not working another job. So 30 minutes to 2 hours a day while my little boy's probably in bed, I'm now earning the same amount. Not to mention the health benefits. As I said, I was a little bit unwell before, mainly due to stress. I started on the premium capsules and the shakes, and within 2 weeks, I'd come off my meds. I was really anemic and not very well at all. Within 2 weeks, I'd come off my medication. And I used to have to carry around an emergency kit with an EpiPen and some emergency medication because I was having anaphylactic episodes. And within a couple of months, I came off the medication for that. Obviously, everyone's health journey is different and it all has to be advised by your doctors. But starting this business only didn't help me financially, but it's completely turned my health around as well. So it's just a complete win-win for me. I absolutely love it.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That was incredible. And thank you to Julia as well. Some amazing top tips. I see everyone in the chat going, can you repeat that one? Can you repeat that one? So James has definitely recorded it because you can see in the top corner, and I'm sure he'll post it after. So don't worry, you can go through and get your notes afterwards. So up next, we have got Daniele, who is a senior sales coordinator in the business. He is an Italian entrepreneur and a co-founder of the Aquilibria Colon Clinic in Harley Street. He has a passion for health, technology, behavioural psychology, Western and Eastern medicines. And he's going to be talking to us today about maximising every single month to help your team members achieve their goals.
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Perfect.
All right, fantastic. Welcome everybody and good morning everybody. And yeah, this is, thank you James for giving me this topic. This is quite a challenging topic, of course, because we all want to obviously try and maximize, squeeze everything that we can from ourselves and our team every single month, right? So what I'm going to say now in the next 15 minutes is by no means exhaustive, and I would say definitely everything that Julia and Shanton have shared before. I mean, everything can help us to maximize what our team can achieve. But I'm going to try and split things in a couple of areas. So obviously there is like the technical part of things, the facts, the figures, the numbers that we can use to help our team maximize things. And then obviously we have the all important part. I mean, obviously I'm gonna give it as a given that everybody here knows numbers and things like that. And then we have the other part, which is obviously the mindset part, the motivational part, and that is perhaps more important. That's what's gonna make the difference, right? That's what's gonna make a difference of somebody like, sorry, I missed the name, you know, Susie, that she decided to join, and then she's just been running and did like Partner Plus, Senior Partner, SC, going for QSSC. So amazing. We would like everybody to do that, right? Everybody that join our team, ideally, that they would go off to a flying start, and you know, they are more successful than even ourselves. But let's take it in steps. So obviously, in terms of, if we want to be able to maximize what every single person in our team can achieve, the number one thing that we need to do is we need to be very clear on the numbers, right? So be very clear on the numbers that everybody needs to achieve, and obviously remembering and bearing in mind that you know, obviously, I'm assuming the majority of people here are based in the UK, but obviously, if we have a team member in another country, say in Europe, we need to be aware, obviously, of the points that are needed in the European plan, and as well as obviously, if it's other countries, like if it's Australia or the US, where the compensation plan is a little bit different, then we need to be aware. We need to be aware of those as well. Another thing that I'm going to say as a caveat is, if you have a team member in another country, always make sure that you check, because you know, we receive those email from corporate that tells us, for example, about the month end, or they tell us about a special incentive that is going on during the month or something like that. Like, for example, now here in the UK, we got the yoga classes. There is a promotion going on in Europe at the moment, especially in Southern Europe, where if you do your 1001, which is our 825-1 here in the UK, then you get like a little extra bonus. So, but I'm saying this: if you have a team in another country and you're a UK-based franchise, you're only going to get the emails from corporate about the UK. So if you have a team member, say for example, in France or in Holland or in Germany or in Italy, they may have different incentives within their own country. So always make sure that you keep a close communication with them, and that they forward you the email that they receive from corporate. So if they have a little extra incentive for achieving something, you don't want them to miss out on that. Ultimately, all these extra incentives that the company comes up with anyway, they are just to help us climb through the positions more quickly, and they're all like little carrots and sweets, right, to make us do the things that we are supposed to do to grow up in the compensation plan. I think for me, the most important thing is, when we all start at the beginning of the month, we need to choose first our own goal. This is something that was shared with me by an Italian PMD Plus quite a few years ago, and it stuck in my mind and changed the way that I look at my month completely. So obviously, you may have certain people in your team and they may have their own ambition, but the first way to start when you're looking at your month and you want to plan your month is, which position do you want to go first? And the important thing is that when we decide what position we want to go for, let's not, don't look at your org chart, don't look at your structure. You decide first what position you want to achieve. Yeah, because if you look at your structure first and you think, oh, okay, maybe I've got, a couple of partner plus, I've got this going on, etc. Maybe this is the position that I can achieve. We are already starting. We are not starting from a point of view where, from a mindset point of view, we are creating things, we are manifesting things. Okay, so we don't want to look at our current situation and say, oh, okay, maybe it's realistic for me to achieve this position. No, we decide the position that we want to achieve, and then we go about and decide, okay, what do I need to do, right? Because maybe, we may have an ambition to become PMD Plus, and maybe the people that we currently have in the team, they don't. Maybe for some of them, maximize means different things to different people. For somebody that is very ambitious, maximizing may mean I want to go to PMD Plus. For somebody else, maximizing means I want to make 150 euros this month. So it's important to know what other people in your team, they want to achieve for the month. Some people are not going to have any idea. And then it's important to remind them, to go back to them and ask them, you know, what was the reason for joining this business? What do you want to get out of it? And obviously at the beginning, people may have like smaller ambitions. And then as they start believing in themselves more, as they start believing in network marketing more, as they start believing more in the product and the company, hopefully their ambition is going to grow as well. Okay. I always start from the point of view that we cannot motivate anybody. You know, motivation needs to be something that is internal, but we can definitely help people, you know, peel the orange, so to speak, and get rid of. Everybody is always looking for secrets. I don't believe we need to look for secrets to be successful in this business. What we need to do is we need to remove the handbrake. This is what's holding people back most of the times. You know, people are looking for the accelerator. Oh, what can I do to go faster? Well, but people don't realize that a lot of the times they may be looking for the accelerator, but they have the handbrake on. What do I mean by that? I mean, you know, mindset, things that are holding us back, you know, belief that we are not going to be able to do it, belief that we don't deserve it ourselves, belief that we are not good enough, belief that we are not good enough to inspire other people, belief that we are not, nobody is going to look at our Facebook posts and ask for more information, all these kind of things. Now, all of these, it's all like individual work that we may need to do during the month, and not just during the month, but across the journey of every single one of our Juice Plus partners, to help them go through and to help them become the best version of themselves. Okay. So, but first part is decide, what do I need to do? What do I want to achieve this month? Okay. And then obviously when I look at my organization, I may decide, okay, you know, if this month I want to hit NMD, but I don't have my 5 PB legs, and you know, I don't have any new person that has done senior partner last month, I don't have at least 5 senior partners, then obviously I'm not going to do NMD this month, but I can plan on doing NMD next month. And then I can say, okay, you know, I need to find some people either already in my organization that are going to go for senior partners, or I need to go and find new people that are going for senior partners as well. Okay. And this work needs to be done by myself and needs to be done by all the people in my team. Now, at the beginning of the month, it's very important to set these goals, and especially for somebody that has just started, to break it down. I'm sure all of you already know this, right? So when what does it mean if somebody needs to do you know, X points to become senior partners? Break it down so that it's easier for them to understand, you know, how many orders do they need to do, what type of orders might they be, etc. Now, as the month continues, some people may start looking at things, and now, for example, is the 6th of February. Yeah, so some people may start to be looking at it and think, okay, you know, I need to make these many points to achieve Partner Plus. You know, by now I should have, you know, it's been 1 week out of 4 weeks in February. I should have achieved, you know, 25% of my goals. I haven't achieved it yet. We always, I'm still learning whether it's the right thing to do to break the big goals into smaller goals or not, because some people then start to think, okay, you know, 2 weeks have gone by, I haven't achieved the 50% of my target, then maybe I'm just gonna give up and start next month. Bless you, Sara. I see that you were sneezing. So that is really, really important. Different people are going to be motivated by different things. And I think it's very, very important that we all know each and every single person in our team, what are they looking for? What is their goal? What is their purpose? What is their why? Because obviously we may have our own motivation and they may have their own motivation. People's motivation, they fall into 2 categories. One is they may try to move towards something pleasurable, move towards something that I want to achieve. So for example, their goal may be, I want to put down a deposit for a new house, or I want to be able to pay, I want to save up for a holiday, or these are all things that we want to get closer to. Or some people may be motivated by moving away for things that they don't want anymore. Okay, so I want to move away from debt. I want to move away from having too much month at the end of my money, right? I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with this. So it's very, very important when during the month, inevitably, we have those moments when somebody, they may be doubting whether they can achieve their promotion or not. They may be doubting whether they can achieve their goal. It's important to speak to them using the language that they want to use, because if somebody is trying to, you know, they have a situation that they really want to move away from, like, you know, maybe even like a bad personal situation, or you know, something bad that happened at work, and they say, no, not again, I never want to be in this position anymore, right? I'm thinking, for example, of Shanton and the story that he told us last week about having to tell people about that they did a great job and actually their bonus is going to be cut in half, right? So if somebody is like, I never want to be in this situation anymore, when we are speaking to them, there is no point in telling them, oh, you know, you can do it, you can achieve the promotion, imagine how great you're going to feel when you're achieving the promotion. We need to remember that if they're trying to move away from something that they don't want, then it's important for us to use their own language and say, well, you know, I understand that, you know, you're being a little bit frustrated, you know, but remember, why did you start this business? You started because you don't want to go back there anymore, right? And we need to, of course, we need to do it from a place of exercising, number one, very, very much empathy. So, you know, if you're a person that maybe has not been very empathetic so far, you definitely need to work on developing empathy, because obviously we can only go and twist the knife into people's if we genuinely care for them, right? So of course, if we do it in a way that is unauthentic and disingenuine, then people are they're not gonna react really well to that. So I'm assuming that obviously we already have rapport with our team members and we already have developed a very good relationship with them. I see that we are a little bit ahead of schedule, so if it's okay, I'm going to take a few more minutes. Yeah, great, thank you. So this is very, very important that we manage this as the month go by, because inevitably we may have people that get into frustration, and we need to constantly remind people as their reason why for joining the business, and the reason why it's important for them to, whether it's hit the next promotion or whatever is the goal that it may be. Okay. Obviously, as we know this, as the month go by, we always see it every month. There is always like an acceleration in the number of action that people take, right? And if somebody's found a way that we can get, you can get your team on the 1st and 2nd of the month to perform at the same level that people perform and on the 30th or the 31st, please come and share it with everybody here, because we all want to hear about that. Okay. But inevitably towards the end of the month, we always bring out the you know, the extra ammunition. We always discover that actually, you know, we've been running in 3rd gear for like 25 days, and now all of a sudden, you know, the people that really want it, they make it happen, and they find ways over the last few days to make things happen. But ultimately, it's keeping people anchored 100% to the belief that it is possible. You know, remember what Henry Ford said. We've all heard the maxim, you know, whether you believe you can do something or whether you believe that you can't, you're right. Yeah. So obviously, if you believe I can do it, your brain is going to start reacting in a different way. You're going to start noticing things that are going to validate your belief that you can do something, and you're going to start spotting, you know, opportunities or little things that you can try, and you're going to try them. If you believe I cannot do it, then obviously, you know, when there are little things that you can try, your mind is going to say, oh no, don't bother, because it's not going to work. Obviously, we're talking about maximizing our team, but obviously all of these, we need to do all the work ourselves first, right? Because we cannot, before we can lead other people, we can lead ourselves. And that's obviously the most important thing. And also always remember, the people will do what we do, they will not do what we say. So we always need to lead by example. We always need to be practitioners in the field every single time. So we always need to remember never to go into management mode. But you know, if we tell our team members that they need to sign up new people, we need to sign up new people. If we tell our team members that they need to find customers, we need to find customers ourselves. It's important for them to see that we are not just telling them what to do, but with that we are walking the talk. Okay, I remember something that years ago, you know, Bob Birgit, and I see a lot of people here that are in his team. He said was like, you know, you can lead 1,000 people, but you can only carry 3 people on your back. You cannot carry 3 people on your back, you know. And he used to say that we always need to run, and people, they need to be behind us, you know, chasing us and trying to reach us. So my last tip is definitely going to be, if we want to maximize what our team is doing, we need to maximize what we are doing. So, you know, if we see that our team is a little bit slow, and then I used to think that the right thing to do would be, okay, you know, I'm going to slow down and I'm going to try and carry them with me. The most important, when I found that Bob was absolutely right. The best way to do it is to run ourselves and always have the people in our team have that feeling that they need to chase us a little bit, because that is what is going to keep everybody, you know, the pace of the leader is the pace of the pack, right? We all heard this, you know, it comes from the animal kingdom, of course. And it's something that we really, really, really can do to always keep on track. Finally, we all know this, but sense of urgency. You know, the people that make things happen have got a sense of urgency about them. And again, it becomes like a little bit of an artistry, and everybody is gonna have their own ways to put themselves into that kind of sense of urgency. But this is a business where, you know, if we wake up in the morning and we don't take the action that we are supposed to take, it's going to be pretty much inconsequential, right? It's not like the job that if you don't show up at work, you're going to get a phone call at some point, you know, before midday. Somebody's going to call you up and say, hey, we are expecting you at work. Why are you not here? If you wake up in the morning and you don't do the action that you're supposed to do in this business, nobody's going to come and give you a call and say, hey, you haven't contacted, you know, you haven't done your 3-5-5-5-3 today. What's going on? You know, so this sense of urgency is something that we need to do. We need to instill in ourselves first, and then we can get it into our team. But as I said, always run the fastest that we can. And sometimes we're going to see that we are in the middle of the month. We have our certain promotion that we want to hit, and our team is seemingly like not going in the same direction and pace that we want to go. And then we need to remember that, you know, it's up to us, and maybe the people that have run with us so far, we need to bring more people. We need to bring more people in, and sometimes that also works because it makes the people that we've been, you know, best buddies with so far, that, oh, you know, we got new people coming in. It also creates a little bit of a healthy competition for you, kind of like the leader or the kind of like reference person. People, they need to feel a little bit like they are competing for your time and attention as well. All right, but I think it's way over my time now. So thank you very much for listening. And this is maybe like a topic I think that we can have somebody else share as well over the next few months, because I think it's something that we always want to learn more how we can maximize. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniele. That was amazing. I took loads and loads of top notes there. I love about finding out what motivates people. And I think we've had that conversation before, rather than trying to motivate people, finding out what it is that motivates them to want to achieve their own personal goals. So thank you very much. And did you have someone from your team who wanted to share their story?
No.
No problem. Okay. Paula, should I hand to you?
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks, Sara. Well, I want to introduce our amazing Sara, who has been with us all morning, doing an absolute amazing job as always. So Sara is a national marketing director and has been in the business for only 4.5 years. And she works the business around being a full-time mummy to her 2 children. And she's going to be talking today about top key to success, consistency and mindset. So take it away, Sara.
Okay, thank you very much. So today I'm going to be speaking to you about leading from the front, setting a great example, building leaders within your team. So I hope you find some of it valuable and helpful. So I think personally what leading from the front means is setting a great example for your team. So what would you like to see from your team members? The qualities and work that you want to see from your team are what you need to be showing up as every single day. You can never expect your team to be doing something that you're not doing. So you always need to be the one leading from the front and building that great momentum every single month. Your team are going to look to you as an example to see what they should be doing every single day. So if you post once a week, you're never getting on the calls, you never host a call, you never go to an event, you never host your own event, then that's exactly what your team will do. They'll follow suit. So today I want you to take a pen and paper and write down all of the qualities that you would like to see in your team members. So, when you get an amazing team member, you sign them up and straight away they hit the ground running, they're, getting straight to work, they dive straight in and they're just so enthusiastic. What are all the qualities that you would see in that type of person? So I've written down just a few examples. It might be consistent, excited, motivated, self-starters, have a great work ethic, a good routine, using the products every day, showing up every day, always trying something new, creating new content, coming up with new ideas, hosting calls. Don't ask for much, do I? But they're just some of the things that you might like in your ideal team member, so to speak. So you know what you want to see in your team members, but are you actually showing up as that person every single day? So have a run through that list. Once you've written down all those different qualities you want to see in your team members, have a run through that list and mark yourself out of 10 in all of those areas. The dreaded marking yourself out of 10, but I do love these things because it just really shows you which areas you need to focus on and you need to improve on. Personally, I love journaling, so I literally write every single night and I try to end the day just sort of writing in my journal saying, this is what I'm doing well at, these are the areas that I need to improve on. So I think another great attribute of a leader is just sort of, looking inwards and saying, actually, where do I need to improve? Where can I get better? So some of the things that I do to try to lead by example for my team, firstly is to have a great morning routine. I know that that's really challenging at the moment, obviously in lockdown. I know a lot of us are probably mums, so it's a bit challenging, but how you start your day is how you will end your day. So if you can master that first hour of your day, you're just going to set yourself up for a really incredible day. And for me, I've probably recommended this every single time I speak on any call, but the Miracle Morning book was just an absolute game changer. And it's just about really mastering that first hour of your day. And I think, if you get yourself into this great mood and you feel like you've already accomplished something by 7 or 8 a.m, you pretty much feel like you can take on the world for the rest of the day. So that's really, really important. Number 2 is to use the product and live the mission every single day. If you're on plan, you're using the product, you will never, ever, ever think, oh God, I don't know what I need to be doing. I don't know what I need to be posting about. This business is about using the products and sharing your personal journey. I am constantly sharing my own journey. It's literally plastered, smothered all over my Facebook. But I do that by, I go live most mornings, making my shake, taking my capsules. And a lot of my team say to me, oh my God, I can't do that live again. I feel like it's boring. I'm just there making my shake every single day. Who's ever felt like that? I can't go live again making my shake. Everyone must be so bored of it. I promise you they're not. And it's more about getting your personality across. and showing people that you do this every single day. This is how you start your day every single day. I share my workouts most days, so there's the little time lapse you can use on your camera if you don't actually want to do a whole full video of you doing a workout. It just does that sped up one for anyone who didn't know what that was. So I share that every single day. I post my meals every single day. I love all of the different foods that we can eat on plan. I'm a real big foodie, so I'm always experimenting with different foods, and I get a lot of interest through my dinners, through my meals. It's probably, for me, I do a lot of dinner videos quite regularly, and that for me is where I say I would get like 90% of my clients from dinners and meal pictures and stuff like that. So it's just about showing how enjoyable our plans are, and that's going to really entice people to jump on. And it's obviously setting a great example not only for your clients but also for your team members. So I've been doing particularly well lately with getting new clients, but also with referrals, recommendations. And I think that is definitely because I'm always constantly showing that I'm on plan and that I'm sharing my journey. So just to reiterate, I know I say it all the yeah, using the products, living the mission is absolutely essential for building your business and also for setting a good example for your team. Another thing that I think is really great when you're trying to lead from the front and show your set a good example for your team is to practice self-development every single day. I did touch on this a little bit earlier slightly when we was talking about the miracle morning, but whatever it is for you, you know, whether it's doing your affirmations, your meditation, visualizing, journaling, watching, listening, reading, you have to make sure you're doing that every single day, because I felt like I was actually stuck at SSC for 3 years. 3 long years, and I wasn't doing any type of self-development at all, really. And as soon as I started to focus on that and hone in on that, that's when my business really started to grow and go to the next level. And of course, if you want your team to be doing that, because I know how much that will help my team members if they practice self-development, but if I'm not doing it and showing that I'm doing it, then obviously my team won't either. So regularly go live. Again, we spoke about that earlier, but I am a firm believer in live videos. Everyone will know it. My team will know it. I think that they really, really are the key to building a great, successful business. People are obviously going to buy from you and join your team when they know, like, and trust you. And going live is really going to speed up that process. And if you're not doing it, your team won't do it. So if you're saying, oh, my team never go live, my team don't do this, but if you're not doing these things, you can't expect your team to be doing it. You have to be setting an example of what you want to see from your team members. Hosting regular calls and events for your team as well is a really, really great one. And always creating new content and ideas for your team. So we've recently just had a brand new client guide completed. We've got a recipe book. We've got new packages. We're constantly doing new meal plans. We do new challenges pretty much every single month. And for us, I would say as a team, they are absolute gold dust. They are epic. I think sometimes, especially when you've been doing this for a really long time, you can, like I said about doing this, you know, going live, making your shake, you can feel a bit like, oh, it's a bit samey. So you do need to mix it up and you do need to keep it exciting. So for instance, we are currently on day 34, I think, of our 60-day body back challenge. And everyone's gone crazy for it. Everyone's gone absolutely mental. The customers are loving it. We created a brand new guide. It's got 60 days of meals, snack ideas, workout challenges, and it didn't take long to do at all. But what that does, it gives us something new and fresh and exciting to be posting about and to be advertising as well. So we'll do a countdown for it. So say, for instance, we've got spring around the corner, we've got summer around the corner. Think of a new challenge that you want to create for your clients and for your team members. And that's also leading by example, because you're bringing that to your team and saying, look, this was an idea I've got. I've created all of this. Who can help me with this? Who wants to get involved? Now let's start advertising it. Let's get the group up and running. And I promise, those for me have been just absolutely amazing. So yeah, always try to improve yourself and your skills. I think that's a great, you know, attribute of a leader, always recognizing where you need to improve. And obviously you can do that with books, podcasts, courses, online stuff. At the moment, I think it's Tony Robbins obviously just had a great one last week. Eric Worre's had his one a while ago, but I think he's got another one coming up in a few days. If you follow him, just have a look out on his page, because that's another free course coming up. So I think at the moment as well, because we're all stuck at home, there's been so much stuff that's available online for us to be training and developing our skills. And then lastly, just always be analysing what's working well for you, what's not working well, and what you need to change. So I recently had a look through my own page, which I'd quite, you know, as I said, I do regularly. And I realised that I'm doing a lot of my personal work is focusing on products, and that's because I love the product so much, but I'm constantly, you know, as I said, dinners or my shakes or going live about the products because that's what I love. But because I'm being so passionate about that, I've almost neglected posting about the business as much as I should have. So I am now adjusting my DMO. I'm trying some new recruitment hours throughout the day where I solely sit down, set an hour timer on my phone, and I focus that whole hour on recruiting, and I post a lot more about the business opportunity throughout the day as well. So that's something that I've implemented for myself, and I'm almost trialing it out. I'm the guinea pig, so I'm going to give it a go, try the new recruitment system, see how it gets on, and then feed it back to my team and recommend. So that's just a few examples of how I try to lead from the front for my team. So you always need to be the leader that you want to attract, always be leading from the front. And you will build great leaders in your team by leading the way and setting an example. So make sure at some point today you write down all of the qualities that you want to see in your team members, in your leaders, and mark yourself out of 10 and just have a little look through and see which areas you need to focus on and where you need to improve. So your team will do as you do. Set a good example, be consistent, show up every single day. And as Daniele was saying, your team will follow suit. You can't pull people along, but when you lead from the front, you set the pace, everyone's got to chase you. That's how you're going to really build great momentum in your team. So that's it from me, because otherwise I will just keep going and keep going and keep going. And I'm going to introduce our next speaker, who is Birgit Plant, who is a Presidential Marketing Director Plus, and she is going to be speaking to us about creating an unstoppable business to create your dream life. That sounds good, doesn't it, for 2021, your dream life? So Birgit is a technician of open heart surgery at the University Clinic of Hamburg. She is a mother of grown-up twins, and she started in the business 30 years ago in Florida. She's got a business in 24 different countries and thousands of partners worldwide, and she is joining us from her dream home in the mountains. I hope. Are you there, Birgit?
Birgit, I'm not sure.
Birgit, sorry, excuse me.
Don't worry, but I'm not sure if she's on. So that is a.
Oh.
Hello, I am on. I am on.
Wow, you're on a different name on your thing. It's wonderful. Great. I'll shut up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone, and thank you so much for the invitation. I'm very, very happy to join your great call. I try to come in as soon as possible to really listen to you guys, and made a lot of notes. And I wonder why I should continue, because you really did hit all the perfect buttons what to do with a business. I'm in the business for 30 years, believe it or not. And even, you know, you are a little bit longer in the business, James. So we can, wow, it's a lifetime. And I really don't know what to add here. I made a lot of notes, but you more or less, you know, did all the notes. But what I really would like to focus on, because it's a long-lasting business, and this is what we are all here for, because starting a business is, I don't want to say easy, but it's possible. But to really continue, and what I really saw in all these years was that disappointments are kicking in, frustrations are kicking in, and because if it's 9/11 or the financial crises or the IT system or whatever happens, people are getting disappointed and they stop working. And they get disappointment when they are getting no's. So at the very beginning, they get a lot of no's and they might say, well, this business is not for me. And that happened to me at the very, very beginning because I was not teachable. I mean, you heard this all before. And my mindset was not really set up for this. And we have to understand that people joining the business, they are not perfect. They make mistakes. They don't listen to what we have to say. And they say, well, you know, I've heard it all and I just babble on. And I babbled to my friends and families. And of course, we say too much, we say the wrong things. And they, of course, get the no's. And when they get the first 2 or 3 or 4 no's or 10 no's or even more, then they might say, well, you know, this business is not for me, and they stop. And this is the biggest trap people are falling in. The new people, even before they join, you know, they went to a presentation, they are excited, and because they are so excited, they are going to the people they love and know. And even if we want them, they do it anyway. So they do it anyway, and of course they get the no's, and they are coming back to me and they say, well, this business is not for me, and there we go. To really, you know, foolproof them, we have to shake them. We have to more or less make them to sign a contract. Please do me a favor. Don't go to your family and friends. You don't really know enough. And I always compare it with a student who is joining university and who would like to join, would like to study dentistry. Would you like to go to a student in the first day university studying dentistry and you would like to have your wisdom tooth pulled out? I mean, this is exactly the same thing. It's an easy business, but you need to know the ins and outs, and especially how to talk to people. This is the biggest thing ever, how to talk to people, because you can really make your business grow, or you just talk yourself out of the business. And I was the biggest, you know, mistake, or I made the biggest mistakes at the very beginning because I was babbling on. And I have now courses how to talk to people, or how not to talk to people. Less is more. And we heard it here before, how to speak to people. And, you know, when we were contacted at the very, very first thing, and it was by coincidence, or maybe he knew, but he really hit the point. And he said, I really don't know if you or not. Because who am I to say you have to take these products or you have to do this business? I don't know. It might be right, but if I is desperate and have school without any food, who am I to say, oh, I'm losing you? Okay. Who am I to say that you need to earn some extra money on the side? Okay. But if I'm saying, listen, Susie, I just joined a business and it's really amazing. And I really would like to earn some extra money on the side, 200, 300, 400 pounds extra on the side. I don't know if this is for you or no, but maybe you know a couple of people who are looking for an opportunity like this. If she is coming back to me and she might say, well, what is this all about? That's a different story. Then she is asking for more information. But if I am saying you have to do it because your poor children are always hungry, I mean, I overdo it now, you know where I'm coming from. Then it's a completely different ballgame. Okay, somebody's here in the chat. I hear it if I'm going to Scandinavia, I hear if I'm going to speak in the German countries, in Israel, or in the UK countries, it's always the same thing. People feel offended, and even if it might be for them, but they say, no, forget it, this is not for me. It's a tiny little line, it's psychology. And if you feel, or if you see that this might be the way, and it was my way of getting out of my big valley of negativity. And when I changed my thinking, and if I if I changed the approach how to talk to people, suddenly it was much, much easier for me, and it was much, much easier for the people to say, well, what is this all about? Why did I say that? Because I babbled on for 6 months. I was asking myself, well, what if people would come to my house? Even in the old days, you know, we didn't have any social media, internet, computer, so to speak, but it doesn't matter. If it's online or offline, the way we communicate is always the same. So I asked myself, what if, you know, people are approaching me with too much power, with too much force, you know, indicating that this might be something for me? I would say immediately no. But then I said, well, this approach, I don't know if this is for you or not. That was something where I would say, well, okay, but tell me more. When I really had this magical sentence, it was much, much easier, even if they might say no, but we are still friends, because I suggested it might be not for you. All right. So if it's not for you, you might know a couple of people who are looking for an opportunity like this, who are looking for a product like this. Now, if they might say no, still it is hanging out in the air. I planted a seed in their brain, and the seed starts sitting there. It's like a bamboo seed. A bamboo seed, you probably know from James. I got the story from James. It takes 7 years till you see anything, okay? But then suddenly it starts growing. So you put the seed in the brain of the people, and it sits there. From now on, you know, whenever a product similar to this is coming on, or if healthy food is coming into their mind, their consciousness is getting more and more information, so to speak, the door. Sooner, you know, I think, well, you know, what Birgit said, this was that bad. Maybe I come back to them. When I say, if it's okay, if in due time, if I'm going to send you more information, maybe I come across a very interesting article or something which might be, you know, interesting for you. Is it okay if I send it to you? And very, very often they say, yeah, why not? Because I didn't burn the soil. I wasn't overdoing it. If I don't say that, and I send anyway information to them, then I'm a pest. So it's a fine line how to deal with these people. They are, you know, very sensitive. And these days, you know, they are getting bombarded with offers and information and opportunities. And very often they might say, well, this is too much. You know, leave me alone. This is not what I'm looking for. But if it's a nice, gentle conversation, then they say, well, this is okay. You know, tell me more. If they are coming back with a tiny, tiny little question back, like, tell me more, shows that they are interested in this opportunity. They're interested in this product, for instance. So you always give them tiny bits and pieces, not too much, and always ask questions. Is that interesting for you? Do you understand that? Does it help you with whatever kind of solution? So whenever they are coming back, it is a sign that you are on the right track. If you're on the right track, you can continue. Now, I teach that to my people till it comes up out of their ears, because that is the key issue, how to talk to people. Because if they are not finding customers or partners for the business, then, you know, everything else is not falling into place. They are frustrated. Then they have to deal with different kinds of frustration. They are in the business, they have a team, and things are coming up. As I mentioned before, you might have the financial crisis, IT problems within the company, articles, or there's another company who starts poaching. You know, we have that quite several times. You know, the grass is greener on the other side. And suddenly, you know, they are shaken up and say, oh my goodness, and what's going on? This is life. life happens and these things happen, and we have to, you know, develop a thick skin. Now, for instance, if another company thinks, you know, that their products are better, and their business opportunities better, and they start talking to our people, to our team, we have to teach our team that we are, and we are actually the best opportunity out there. Companies are coming in and they are, you know, they are promised. By the way, I mean, it's a true story. There was this company 20 years ago, and of course they tried to poach, and a lot of people were going to this company, and we were very disappointed. I was looking at the business opportunity, and one of the biggest pitches they had was, when you reach the top business, and James, you probably know which company I mean, if you reach the top position in this business, you will get a house and a private island in the Caribbean. And the island is called Beef Island. And I said, you are absolutely mad. I'm on, can you hear me again?
Oh, yes.
Can you hear me? I hear you, James. Okay, so now I used to live in the British Virgins, and I knew this island, and that island was actually the airport island. So it was absolutely phony. It was not true at all. But the people, you know, they didn't double check. They didn't, you know, they didn't really, they were critical. They accepted it. They went to that company, and after a year and a half, everything collapsed. Now, I rather like to be with a company I know. I know the Juice Plus company now for 30 years, and I know that they are standing up to their word. I know that the check is coming. I know that the products are second to none, that we are the #1 in the capsule form. We have all the studies. So if somebody really would like to go, be my guest. But I promise you, you will regret it. Because I'm in this company for such a long time. I saw companies come and go. It is not as easy as it seems to start a new network marketing company from scratch. What if 1,000 people are joining within a month? What if 10,000 customers are suddenly coming in, like we had, you know, the big rush? You know, the warehouses need to be filled. You know, you need to have all the pipelines filled with products. You need the offices running, and so on and so forth. There is so much in the background. We have the easy part. We are just here to talk and chat and share the opportunity. Be blessed that you are in this company. I feel so happy being in the company, and I didn't have to hip hop and go to many different companies till finally coming to this one. I'm more than happy because it gives me stability, and it gives me a vision for the future. And we have to teach that to our people. You know, we have a gold mine on our hands. Don't change the gold mine. You don't know. You might have a gold mine next door, but it's, you know, empty within a month. You need to be with this company because that company is solid and strong and has a huge vision for the future. If you start building a strong team like I have, please build it on strong foundations. Now, I used to live in America, and you probably have been in America, or you saw some videos or some films from American houses. American houses are not as strong as European houses. Now, a European house takes longer to build, but it is 10 times stronger. If we have a strong storm coming in, our houses stand, and it shows. I mean, you in England, you have houses, they are 800 years old or even older. They are there, they are solid and strong. Don't build houses on quick promises. You know, something where you say, well, you know, you could be a millionaire in a month's time. This is not true. I rather like to build slow but solid and strong. That really makes a big, big, unstoppable, huge business. Because we all had times where we had huge turnover, 1 month or second month, third month in a row. But the secret is really to have a business with a solid, continuous growth. And yes, we have ups and downs, and the roller coaster is there, but still you have the big, big buffer. You have a huge, strong foundation to rely on, which is there no matter what. I'm in this business and I have this huge fat foundation, and that carries me on. And that fat foundation are mostly premium customers or capsule customers. Not everyone is taking premium. Now, American houses, I don't want to, you know, bash on America, but the way they are building houses, do they have basements? No, you know, they are just building flat. And if a hurricane is coming, you only see, you know, the bits and pieces flying around. Please do me a favor. Rather build on quality than on quantity. And I rather build with a few people, but I really bring them all the way up to the top, than loads of people I'm not able to handle. Okay. Now, luckily today we are dealing with lots of Facebook groups and possibilities to share information with more people than in the old days. That was a little bit more complicated. But I still have, or I like the personal touch, because every individual is different. Everyone has their own challenges. And I can't just say, well, this is same for all. But once I really would like to focus on is a commitment. This is from George Zaluki, and it's an old phrase, and we are babbling on, but this is something we don't have in German. But in English, you really can pinpoint it. So a commitment is to do the things you set to do long after the mood you have set it in has left you. You do it anyway. So when people are getting started, they're all gung-ho and they really would like to be successful and PMD in no time. But things are coming in the way, for sure. So their commitment has to be there. Hey, didn't you just say 4 months ago that you would like to get going? Where's your commitment? Oh, well, my uncle said about this and that. So, well, your uncle, this is the truth of your uncle. But what about you? I mean, you saw it. You talked to us. Your uncle is sitting on the couch and is watching Netflix. What is his expertise to judge this business? Now, if you make a commitment, make a long-term commitment, especially if you do it short time. Because if you do it part-time, not short-time, if you do it part-time, if you only have a couple of hours a week, it takes much longer to reach a certain position than if somebody says I have 8 hours a day. He has more time to really do this business. And you know, the success is coming much quicker. So a long-term vision and a short-term vision. Because what can I reach this month, the next following month, and what can I reach in 5 years' time? And if you reach a certain goal, celebrate it. It's great, it's fantastic, yeah? But have the vision, and the vision you are having should be huge. Because if obstacles are coming in the way, so let's say, this is my vision, and that is an obstacle, okay? My vision is bigger than any kind of obstacle. This is a little funny to do it like that. My vision has to be much, much bigger than any kind of obstacle which is coming in between. Okay, now if my vision says, well, I would like to earn so much money that I can pay for a bicycle in 2 years. Okay, big vision. It's not really that exciting. Okay, so your vision, your dream should be so big that it should scare you a little bit. It should tickle you a little bit, and put a date on it as well. Because a vision without a date is a dream. You know, you might be, it might be, you know, in 50 years' time that you earn enough money to buy your bicycle. This is nothing really special to write home about. So you really have to start building your dream team around you with a commitment and with a vision and with a big burning why. I mean, we heard it all before. And then get to work and make a plan, do things you actually can do. Because we have lists of daily operation, and yes, they are all valid, and it would be perfect if we could all do it, okay? But if, you know, life comes in between, and from the 20 things on your list of daily method of operation, you're only able to do 5 or maybe 3. You are constantly frustrated and you stop. So sit with your people and say, well, what can you actually do every day? Really, every day. And have a buddy who's doing the same. And just send back and forth what you actually did. And you feel proud. You achieved something. You don't feel frustrated because you didn't do anything, because you actually were doing something. And yes, it takes a little bit longer if you have little time, but if you are able to do these things, you achieve something. Especially if you improve your life, such a little thing. At the end of a year, you know the curve. You probably heard this training before. You change dramatically, but you have to do it daily, every day, like going to the gym. You know, if you only do it a couple of weeks and you stop, you're not changing the way you look. You know, you're not building any muscle. So how to build an unstoppable team? You know, all these things I said, and everything you said as well. The commitment is a big thing, and set priorities. What is really important for you? Really. So, you know, we have family, we have children, we have friends and all that. But if you really would like to have a business, and if you really would like to earn some extra money, put other things aside. Yes, you know, it might hurt that you're not able to see your friends that often anymore. Yes, it might hurt that maybe, you know, your kids have to wait a little bit. But it's something, you know, for your future and for the future of the family. So setting priorities and really stick to it. And that's it's another part of frustration, sticking to it. That is, you know, the material, how to build a big team, and find people how to duplicate that. Because no matter how good you are, it doesn't say anything. You need to have a big team around you who are doing the same things you are doing. So these are, let me have my little list here. What else is a commitment? The plan, yeah. I don't know if it was said before I joined, but the comfort zone, step out of your comfort zone. And lots of people, they are happy with the little things they are having, and they reduce, you know, their comfort zone is getting tighter and tighter. My goodness, step out of it. The world behind your limitations is wonderful. So many wonderful things are waiting for you. the people are not biting you. There are no zombies running around you outside your comfort zone. They are welcoming you. They are probably saying, well, wonderful that you are finally doing something different. You are not, doing always the same things. If you're always doing the same things, don't expect your life to be different in 5 years, in 2 years, in 10 years. It's always going to be the same. If you're not happy with what you're doing now, then change it, but do it in a different way, completely. Step out of your comfort zone. You did already because you're doing, the Just Best Company. You are watching the seminar, but, it is very often within your family home that you have to change things, and that you talk to your partner that you're going to do things in a different way now. Okay, that you are not, doing the dishes, the ironing, the cleaning, the homeschooling with the children, but ask your spouse, your partner, to take part of it, so you have a little bit more peace and freedom and space to start your business. Okay. Don't look left or right. I mentioned that before with other companies. They pretend they are being better, but at the end of the day, forget it, they are not. Yeah. Focus on like-minded people, be teachable. It is having a positive mind, being teachable, learning. After 30 years, James and Nikki, I see Nikki, hi Nikki, hi Geoff, hi Chloe. I'm doing the same things. I mean, when people are asking me, how's your life? I say, well, my life is not really so much different than your life. Yes, I have more people to take care of. Yes, I have different teams in all different kinds of countries. And I enjoy it. But at the end of the day, I do what you do. So it's enjoyable, it's lovely, and I feel so blessed that somebody was thinking of me 30 years ago, and that somebody else was kicking my behind to do the business, my ex-husband, because I didn't see it at the beginning. Amazing. The business was different in those days, I have to admit, but now the Just Plus company really is one of the leading companies in the network marketing industry. And we have this from Nikki, I think I saw it from you, the huge list that we are #1. Hey, we are #1. And it's because of all of you guys. And again, James, thank you very much, because you took us under your wings 30 years ago in the training center in London. And I learned so much from you, because we didn't know anything. When we came from America, our sponsor was a doctor. He didn't have any time, and he joined the business 1 week before we did. So it was really a blessing, getting known to you and your lovely trainings and your great trainings. And I still have the books today. So
my pleasure. Absolutely.
Thank you very much that I could share my points of view about how to start an unstoppable business. And I wish you lots of success, lot of great growth in the future, and please stay healthy.
Wow. That was just absolutely amazing. Gold dust, top tips. I've taken so many notes today. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you to all of our speakers today. It's been an amazing morning. Thank you again to James for arranging. We hope you've enjoyed it, and James will post the recording, I'm sure, after the call if there's other bits that you want to go over again. And we will see you next month on the first Saturday of the month. Goodbye, everyone.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Amazing Zoom. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bye. Thanks.